we're going to begin with Ezra Miller, the star of The Flash, and the actor who we have been detailing this year has been arrested multiple times, mostly in Hawaii.
Yeah.
There have been other incidents as well. But Ezra is now facing some all-new allegations, and I feel like these take things to a different level because these allegations are coming from the parents of an 18-year-old. And the parents claim that Ezra Miller has essentially taken control. They don't use the word brainwash. The word they use is grooming, that they alleged Ezra was grooming their daughter, Takata Iron Eyes, and has been doing this since Takata was 12 years old.
12.
And the story that they've laid out in this, they're now filing for court protection. They want a judge to issue an order of protection to keep Ezra away from Takata.
Because they are living together, Charles, traveling together now across the country.
Across the country, and have been in London together in past years.
Yeah.
They've been in Hawaii. In fact, during one of the incidents in Hawaii earlier this year when Ezra allegedly got into a dispute with people in a bar, Takata was there with Ezra, and you'll see there's Ezra doing, the dance,
right,
and that is Takata there. So
I've seen that video too, Charles.
Yes, Takata's parents say that this is just the latest in a string of incidents that have been going on for years, and they allege that it started when Takata was 12 and Ezra showed up in North Dakota. Now, they live on a reservation in North Dakota, and apparently Ezra was there protesting the pipeline installation. And that's when Ezra met Takata, who was only 12 at the time.
And Ezra is one of the big stars of Fantastic Beasts, and Takata was a big fan of that. So Ezra, according to the parents, flew her out to the UK to check out the studio and the set, and they kind of built a relationship and a friendship from there. I mean, these allegations are pretty crazy, guys. I mean, they say that Ezra supplied her with drugs and alcohol. They say they believe maybe that Ezra's gotten physical with their daughter at points. And they say that they went and confronted both Takata and Ezra to try and get her to return home. They did get her home for a little bit, and then she returned to New York City to meet up with Ezra, and they've continued to just travel around.
Yeah, now, as far as the abuse, what they're claiming is that they found bruises on Takata, and they believe that Ezra is responsible for that. As far as the drugs, Brad, I think, was it LSD,
marijuana, and
alcohol?
That's right, guys. And what we should say, too, is clearly Takata is aware that her parents are trying to step in and get the court involved because she posted a statement saying, look, I don't need a conservatorship. I'm seeing a therapist. I'm doing okay. So this has clearly been a battle that's been happening for a while.
Now, we want to be clear. They are not, at least in these documents, they have not alleged anything sexual.
No.
But they clearly are concerned about this relationship that has been going on now for 6 years.
And as they should be. The part I don't understand is that, look, Takata is 18 years old now.
18, right?
So she's we're talking about an adult right now.
Right.
My question is, from 12 to 18, why this relationship? And I'm not trying to blame the parents, Charles, right? But why do you let a child, a kid, someone who's not even a teenager, travel overseas, travel with an adult? Ezra at this point was in their early 20s. That's inappropriate as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know why that relationship was allowed to even exist in the first point.
The most recent thing the parents are alleging is that Takata was, they believe, so distracted by Ezra that she dropped out of the private school that she was attending in Massachusetts. And that was in December. And then that's when the parents went to go get Takata in January, and that's when they say they found the bruises. So now they're trying to get this the court-ordered protection. I don't know how this is going to go. Now, we've reached out to Ezra Miller and their reps. Brad, to this point, I don't think we've heard anything, right?
Nothing back, and we've also hit up Warner Brothers because, of course, Ezra is the star of The Flash, and that film, there's a lot of money behind that, and obviously if this kind of takes a turn, if you will, or does kind of get criminal or anything more, I mean, That's a big question on the studio. There's one quick thing I want to point out, guys, is the family's also alleging that Ezra has changed Takata's name to Gibson, which is a nickname that her family and friends used to use, and that Takata had before used the pronouns she and they, and now they're alleging that Ezra says that Takata is they.
We will see how this plays out.
Yeah.
They got a court hearing scheduled. So this will be addressed by a judge, and we'll see what happens. It is interesting, I think, that Ezra hasn't said anything, Warner Brothers hasn't said anything, and I would imagine they want to see how this plays out in court before they say anything.
They could stand to lose hundreds of millions of dollars, Warner Brothers could, Charles, so it's going to be very interesting to watch that part of it.
Hey, I'm Kyron coming out of Oakland, and it just seems like every time I hear about Ezra Miller, it's something else, and this just gets worse and worse. So they definitely need to do something about them. But also, it's like The Flash. They need to go ahead and scrap that. Nobody's buying those tickets. It's sad to see, but yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, that's the concern. I mean, the parents, obviously we know what their concerns are. For Warner Brothers, if this goes any further, if this court order protection if they get the order of protection, they've got to wonder about the star of their big film. So we'll see how that turns out.